Thought I'd do a short video about what's going on in my world right now. Down to the final stretch. We're T-minus 6 days, I guess, to leaving. The final week. Uh, so right now I'm kind of, most of my stress lies in getting us there safely and trying to make sure that my wife doesn't have to worry along the way. So I'm looking at, fuel stops, I'm looking at the fuel costs, I'm looking at the total cost to get there, I'm looking at where the hotels are at, I'm looking at the different routes that we're gonna take. And although we're freestyling this trip, I still want to have a general idea of where we're going to be at, so I can make sure that, hotels aren't booked out and there's places that we can have pets, and, where the attractions are and how close we're going to get to those attractions, and trying to figure out how far we're going to go each day, even though we're freestyling, what's realistic and what's a realistic timeline, and trying to get all together. I'm, getting the spare tires and the tools and the spare fuel, and anything that'll keep us on the road if we have any problems is kind of in my wheelhouse. So right now all of my stress lies in making sure that we just get there in one piece and we get there safe, and that's a little bit of what's going on right now. That's what I'm dealing with. The house is pretty much packed up. The truck is pretty much ready to go. So we're waiting to sign to close on the house we're selling, and then it's down to really just saying goodbye and hitting the road and heading towards Florida. So the Florida thing, it feels right. It's been a dream of Kayla and mine for a long time. We've talked about different things, and we've talked about different careers, and we've talked about different jobs, but the reality is that all the roads lead to Florida, and it's something that Kayla and I have dreamt about and we've talked about for a long time. And originally we were going to Michigan. I have a brother in Michigan. The dude and I are super close, and I wanted to work with him so bad that I was like pretty much willing to live where it's freezing cold. But from there, it's just the way it worked out and the way everything went, it just made sense for Kayla and I to chase our dream. And there's several reasons why would we do that right now. The employment market is insane. You can get a job anywhere. We have money in the bank. Our son's of age. We're of age. We're at a spot right now in our lives where we're ready to, maybe not so much start over, but create a new life. We're ready for warm weather and to really chase our dreams, our passions, our hobbies. It's something that's somewhat difficult to attain in this area. So Florida has everything that we're looking for. So although I'm stressed out about getting us there, and I'm stressed out about the trip and whatever we may encounter along the way, getting down there is a dream of mine. So I'm pretty excited about that, and I think Kayla shares that. Tanner, he's that age right now where he's gonna miss his friends a lot, I think, and that's difficult for him right now. But I think in the end, Tanner's gonna love it. Going from hanging out inside because it's raining to being able to go surfing and swimming and scuba diving and fishing. There's just going to be so many things that fall within our, within our life, the things that we're into. It's endless where we're going. So I think he'll be all right. We're pretty excited. We're down to the wire for sure. Like, the reality is starting to set in right now. That we're actually doing this. We are actually moving. It's coming. The clock's ticking. The days are counting down, and even my family, that I talk to, it's like the same thing. It's like, oh wow, you're leaving, and I guess that's the way it goes. The reality's setting in. So we got a little less than a week. We're pretty much down to the final preps I have to do, which are more associated with just, being prepared and saying goodbye to people and giving all the hugs and finding ways to keep in touch and keep that bond, that relationship with each person that really matters to me, which there's a ton of people that are super close to me that I'm really gonna miss, and I'm gonna find unique ways to stay in touch with all of them, you know, and hopefully they can somewhat keep tabs on what's going on with us, and we'll come back and visit when we can, and hopefully I can get a 3-bedroom house in Florida and people can come visit me and have a free spot to stay. So it's a big adventure. It's exciting. So thank you.